This is episode number 14 of the Nourish Life Show. And today, what I'm going to do is hit you with today's words of wisdom, but I'm going to do this from a topic that has kept cropping up as I've been on my travels through Thailand, Vietnam, and now into Singapore, where this is being recorded. Now, every time I go traveling, I have this amazing privilege to meet phenomenal people. I don't know whether it tends to be because of the nature of what we do, but a lot of the conversations tend to revolve around one commonality, and that's usually around change or helping whoever we're talking to maybe take the next step. So for today's words of wisdom, what I want to do is build it around that topic in general, which is change, identifying the next step or direction to take, and how to ensure that that step that you do take is the right one.
This is the Nourish Life Show. Break the mold and live a nourished life with Simon Hall.
Now, when it does come down to change, the majority of people who I find or speak to will hold themselves back from actually taking any step at all. The reason being, they'll be waiting for the perfect opportunity. They'll be waiting for the perfect handout or certainty or thing with security before they'll even move one step in front of the other. And it actually stops them taking any forward action or any step at all. The reason being, they're waiting for someone else to create that decision or that step for them instead of taking 100% responsibility for it themselves. Now, what I want to do is change the way with this podcast that people think about this. So, when it comes down to taking that first step, you see we've got this issue that's going where if we don't actually create that step for us, we'll just keep ending up in this cycle until something happens or something forces us to actually take that step anyway. Now, one of the biggest things when I'm consulting or when I'm speaking to people, be it through business, health, life, whatever we are consulting on, I always say this. The beauty is, it's going to be very rare that we know exactly what step to take first. However, we have to take a step to know anything at all about the next step to take. You see, we'll never know anything about any of the steps unless we take the first one. So go with what step feels correct. The reason being, what usually feels correct is usually led by excitement, passion, and what lights you up. And that's usually going to be the thing and the path which you yourself are more prone to gear towards. It's just what happens is we get in our own heads and we listen to the voice that tells us what if, and it deters us from taking that action. Now, if you are someone who's listening to this show and who's listening to this podcast and you know you need to take change in one given area of your life, it could be in any, write it down. Write down why you need to take that change, why you need to take that footstep of change. Write down what you need to do and write down the change in its smallest action. The reason being, you're going to be 10 times more prone to take a small, easy, confident, comfortable action than one that seems absolutely massive. But another great little tool that I love to teach to people is we're very hardwired to look for all the negatives in actually taking an action and taking that first footstep. So write down all the reasons why you need to take it. What will it give you? And keep writing to the point where it hurts. Like, if you can write down 50 points as to why you need to take that footstep, why you need to take that action, what you'll actually do is you'll hardwire the brain. You'll give your brain more reasons to take the action to probably the reasons which are actually holding you back. So they're great little tips and great little tools that you can use for if you are someone who knows they need to take an action but doesn't really know where to start. Work out why you need to take it and follow your excitement, follow your passion, and follow what lights you up. Because at the end of the day, that's the homing system. That's what is guiding you on that course. It's just we tend to get in our own heads and give ourselves all the reasons why we shouldn't.